Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know I'm as shocked as you are, I'm back again. Today I am doing a makeover on the little nutcrackers you may have seen in my previous Poundland haul. I said I bought them because I felt a little bit sorry for them and I wanted to give an upcycle to them. I have done something a little bit different than my usual kind of taste when it comes to Christmas decor. I either do Christmas bakery in my kitchen or I do like a scandi theme in this room. This is something that I've always done. It's something that I collect and add on each year, just little bits in. But this year I figured I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to add some colour. I know, probably the worst year to actually do it because I can't actually go out and buy any more Christmas stuff. I'm on a bit of a budget, as I'm sure lots of other people are, so I figured I would be upcycling some of my stuff that I already have and some of the bits that I've picked up for cheap along the way, and the nutcrackers were one of those. So I think they're going to be a little marmite. You're going to love them or you're going to hate them. I adore how they have turned out. I absolutely love them. So if you want to see how I transformed this little nutcracker guy, then stay tuned and just keep on watching. Okay, so the first step for this little dude was to remove his face and all of this kind of like powdered chalk pastel that was given to give him a whole load of blush. So what I did was I went in with a nail file. I started on the nose and really buffed that back to the natural wood and then just twisted that piece because I knew it was going to be like one of those bead ones with like the stick on the end. Twisted it off and just set it to the side. I was then able to take my nail file and just buff away at the rest of the face, just taking it back to that raw wood shade, and this made a huge difference. It did look a little bit scary, not gonna lie, but yeah, I had trust in the process. To remove the hair, this bit was a little bit tricky because it was really glued on there. I felt like it looked a little bit like Doc from Back to the Future, but yeah, I cut the main bulk of the hair off and then started filing it and realised it was actually on with hot glue, so I ended up taking a heat gun, just warming that glue back up so that I was able to kind of peel it off, and I did that with scissors and the use of my nails. I often wonder why I break so many nails, or I pop them off or rip my nails off, for example, but that's probably because I use them too much in my crafts. So yeah, once I had the hot glue all heated up, I was able to just slide those bits off and just bring it back to the natural kind of base. There was a little bit of residue left on the head where the hair was and on like that little nutcrackery kind of chest bit, but I just went back in with a nail file and buffed this off and it was just nice and sanded. If you don't have nail files around, then sandpaper is going to work just the same. I just felt like it was going to be easier because I needed to get in to some small areas. So then I started painting the piece. So the paints that I actually used were sent to me a few weeks ago now in, the mail, obviously, by a brand called Arteza. They were not sent to me as an ad for this channel but for my other channel, but I figured I may as well just tell you here that these were gifted to me. But to be honest, I've been using them ever since on everything because I absolutely love them. The finish of them is so good, I don't even need to explain here, you can see it. That's just one coat on that dark blue colour. The second coat turned out amazing, look at that, that's 2 coats there, in love. But yeah, I just wanted to be 100% transparent. I was gifted these paints and it doesn't change my opinion at all. I wasn't asked to make this video, wasn't asked to show them on this channel at all. I was just doing a piece for them on my other channel, and yeah, I thought I would use them for this because I actually genuinely love them. So anyway, I mixed up a pink colour. I painted a couple layers of that on the main body and then went back in with a mint colour by mixing this up using a blue, a load of white and a little touch of green. I then took that colour and added in a little bit more green, a little bit more white to make this nice kind of minty green. Rather than mint blue, this is like a mint green. That probably makes no sense, but I'm just really into these colours recently and I thought that they would all really complement each other, especially with the vibe that I'm going for with the Nutcracker. So once I had all of the colours put on that I wanted and all of the base colours, I then went back in to do the detailing. So I went back in with a black acrylic paint to begin with and a tiny paintbrush and started really neatening up all around the feet and everything like that. With the pinks and the blues and the greens, I did make sure to go over the line so that I was able to paint these back in. I did do that on purpose because I didn't want any signs of the old paint showing. So as you can see now, I'm going back in painting that like waistband with the black. This is really nice pigment of paint as well. Again, not an ad, but I was given these paint as part of another collaboration on a completely different channel, but I love them, so I'm using them. So next I used my trusty gold leafing pen, which is from Rust-Oleum. So I have again worked with Rust-Oleum before, but this is bought with my own money. It's either going to come from B&Q or come from Amazon. I only buy them if they're £5 or less a piece. Sometimes they go up in price, but these gold leafing pens are amazing. I know some of you have bought them under my recommendation before and have loved them as well, but they're like the only marker pen that really like come out like proper gold, like proper metallic, no glitter in there. It's just gorgeous and it really gives a high-end finish. What I like to do these days is not only just colour in with them, I like to like I don't know what to call it, like bounce the pen on like a piece of paper or something, and then go in with a paintbrush using that like ink and gold leafing kind of metallic shine and just painting it in so that I'm able to get finer details and a nice thin coat. Even with the thinnest of coats, it really does shine out really metallic. As you can see here, so good, so nice, just love it, and would highly recommend these pens. Again, I have worked with Rust-Oleum in the past, but this is again not a collaboration with them, but I like to be 100% transparent. So I painted on a few extra details. I painted on the triangle on his little hat, painted on the little swirls on the bottom like mint part of his coat. I painted on little accents on his belt to make it look like it was an actual belt, like I wanted to have the holes in the buckle, like the end of the belt bit on there, and then I painted on like his little button bits on his chest there as well. I just love how this gold complements all of those colours and really gives it that kind of finishing touch almost. I did paint some little crosses on his boots as well because I felt like they needed a little bit something down there. Felt like they were a little bit plain being in the black, and these crosses just added the perfect touch. I then super glued it back in his nose, and taking a Posca paint pen I then painted on his eyes. My Posca paint pen was pretty much out of ink, so I ended up using about 3 different ones trying to get those dots on. But yeah, got them on there eventually. Probably should just like dipped a dot until in some acrylic paint or something, but I had already started using the pens. To make the Nutcrackers mustache, I decided to go away from fur, just because I didn't like how it looked originally and I was put off by that, so I thought I'd go in and make a little felt mustache out of some wool felt. So I've made these from Tilda Nutcrackers before, so I knew straight how to make these. You just want to make a little bow like shape by stitching a middle part of a square of felt, and then you'll want to stitch together the 2 ends of the fan bow like shape to really pinch those in and make it like a mustachy like shape. You then want to add some glue to the back and just stick it on there right underneath his nose. For the final touch, I just painted a little mint stripe around his little like staff over the red stripe that was originally on there. That's all I did there. So this is the before of the Nutcracker with his cute little smudged face. I feel so bad for him, but this is the after. I think he looks so much more modern and just so cute. Look at that. Look at that face though. I don't know what happened to that guy, but he was not living his best life, but I think now he's been reformed. Like I said, it's going to be Marmite, but I'm very happy. Very happy with the colours, very happy with the detailing. I just love the whole thing. Love the vibe of his little face there with his moustache. I just think he absolutely adorable now, and I'm so happy. So this is obviously how the Nutcracker has turned out. I am so in love with it. I absolutely love the colours. I know for some people you're going to hate this, and that's absolutely fine. I absolutely adore it. I actually loved it so much that I painted up this little guy as well in the same colours at the same time, so that they were like kind of matching, even though they're not, but they are kind of, you know, the same kind of colour schemes. Oh, what was that? But yeah, really happy with the way they have turned out. I love their little moustaches. The moustaches were actually inspired by some Tilda Nutcrackers that I made probably about, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago now. I'm actually going to be making a couple more of those this year. Really going to set some time to make those because I love how they look. I basically want to incorporate everything I love into my Christmas this year. Like, the theme is going out the year. I think it's probably due to 2020, to be honest. Like, I just love vintage Christmas. Like, I love the old pinks, the old blues, the old greens in like the Christmas lights, kind of like Quality Street lights, what I like to call them, like the Quality Street colours. It just reminds me of like my childhood, very nostalgic, and I figured if now is not the time to do it, then I don't know when it is. It might clash, it might go horribly wrong, but I'm going to try and combine the two. My usual Scandi vibes of this kind of house, all the decorations I already have, as well as adding a little vintage flair. I've been on Etsy buying from little boutiques, I've been on eBay bidding on a few things, and I've nabbed a few things that I really like the look of, and I thought I would upcycle some of the bits I already have. I think my main inspiration is like Anthropologie, Liberty, that sort of stuff, but obviously on a budget, because as much as I love those stores and I love going there at Christmas time, I pretty much only go at Christmas, they are very expensive, aren't they? So yeah, this is how the Nutcracker and his little buddy have turned out. I am in love. This is probably going to be the most colour that I have in my Christmas decorations, but I just adore them, and I'm excited to see where this journey takes me with all of these fun colours and just experimenting with different fabrics and everything like that. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. I know, like I said, this is going to be a bit Marmite because I have the one here, the other one. They are worlds apart, I know that, and some people are going to love the befores still, and then some people are going to love the afters. If you love the before, I envy you, because you haven't got to spend ages doing this if you don't enjoy it. I really enjoyed painting this, so actually it was a win-win for me. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Anyway, even if you didn't like how it turned out, I don't know why I'm being so funny, because I love it, and that's the main thing, isn't it? Yeah, I've got nothing else to say. I will see you very soon for another video. Hopefully the rest of my Poundland DIYs will be coming on later on in the week. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you then. Bye.